Picture this, you're walking into an art gallery, surrounded by stunning pieces of digital art. Some are abstract, others hyperrealistic, but there's one thing they all have in common: none of them were created by a human artist. Instead, these artworks were brought to life by artificial intelligence. Now, imagine you're watching a film, except this time, the characters, the scenes, and even the plot were generated by AI in real time. This is the world we're stepping into, where AI is not just a tool for efficiency, but a creator in its own right, redefining art, music, film, and storytelling as we know it. But how does this change the way we think about creativity? And where does it leave us, the creators, the consumers, and the dreamers? That's what we're diving into today, the intersection of AI and creativity, and how it's reshaping the arts. It's a thrilling, uncharted frontier, and one that challenges everything we've ever known about the power of human imagination.
AI's role in the creative industries isn't just about making things faster or more efficient. It's about fundamentally altering how art is created and experienced. Imagine listening to a song that wasn't written by a human artist, but rather composed by an AI that learned your musical tastes and created a track just for you. Or think about AI-generated films that adapt to your emotions, adjusting the storyline and pacing based on your reactions. This isn't some far-off future, it's happening now. And it's opening up new possibilities, but also raising a host of ethical and philosophical questions. What happens when machines start making art? Does it still hold the same value? Is it even art at all? And as AI becomes a more central player in creative fields, what does it mean for human artists? These are the big questions we'll be exploring in this episode. Stay tuned as we examine the exciting and sometimes unsettling ways AI is transforming the world of creativity.
It's easy to get excited about the potential of AI to revolutionize art. After all, who doesn't love the idea of being able to create something amazing with just the click of a button? But there's a deeper question we need to ask. What happens to human creativity when machines are no longer just tools, but partners, or even competitors, in the creative process? This isn't just about automation or efficiency, it's about rethinking what it means to be a creator. Are we, as humans, still the ones shaping the artistic landscape, or are we handing over the reins to the machines? When we rely on AI to generate content, whether it's art, music, or storytelling, are we still engaging with the creative process, or are we just passive consumers? It's a fascinating, and sometimes unsettling, idea, but one we can't ignore as AI continues to take center stage in the creative industries.
That's exactly it. The rise of AI in creativity isn't just a technical breakthrough, it's a cultural shift. Think about the most iconic artists, filmmakers, and musicians of our time. They didn't just create, they challenged norms, they pushed boundaries, and they connected with people on a deep emotional level. Art has always been about sharing the human experience. But as AI takes on a larger role in the creative process, the question becomes, can a machine truly capture the depth of human emotion? Can it understand what it feels like to fall in love, to lose something dear, or to experience the joy of creation itself? These are emotions that human artists express through their work, and while AI can mimic these processes, can it truly understand them? That's what we're here to explore. How AI is reshaping creativity, not just from a technological standpoint, but from an emotional and philosophical one as well.
Picture this, AI-powered tools are no longer just assisting artists, they're actually collaborating with them. In Hollywood, directors are using AI to generate scripts, design characters, and even produce entire scenes. Musicians are turning to AI to help compose symphonies or create new sounds that push the boundaries of traditional music. Artists are using AI to generate images and designs that challenge the concept of what it means to be an artist. This is no longer about AI just making things easier, it's about AI being part of the creative process itself, helping to shape and transform the art itself. But with all these advancements comes the question, what happens to the artist's role when machines start doing the heavy lifting? Does this make human creativity obsolete, or does it open up new opportunities for collaboration? In today's episode, we're diving into these questions and more as we explore how AI is transforming creativity and what that means for the future of art. Let's dive into one of the most provocative applications of AI in Hollywood today, deepfakes. If you've seen them before, You know the power of this technology to manipulate reality, seamlessly replacing an actor's face with someone else's, or even bringing deceased performers back to life. Imagine this: a film director has the option to cast any actor, even those who are no longer alive, or perhaps create a younger version of a character without needing hours of makeup or CGI. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but the reality is that deepfakes are no longer just a theoretical idea, they are here, and they're starting to revolutionize filmmaking. But with great power comes great responsibility. What happens when AI can create performances or entire scenes that blur the lines between fiction and reality? How do we navigate the ethical dilemmas that come with this newfound creative freedom? This is the conversation that Hollywood is grappling with today.
Deepfakes are fascinating, and yes, they do have immense creative potential. By using machine learning algorithms, deepfake technology allows filmmakers to manipulate video and audio in ways that were once unimaginable. You can insert actors into scenes, resurrect characters from the past, and even digitally alter performances, creating a movie that feels like it could have been shot yesterday, even if the actor hasn't been on screen in decades. But the flip side is that deepfakes also open up a whole new world of ethical concerns. If AI can generate performances or alter appearances, who owns that likeness? Can an actor's digital likeness be used without their consent? These are questions we have to address as we enter this new era of filmmaking. Deepfakes could be the next big thing in entertainment, but at what cost to the integrity of the industry?
Imagine a film where all the scenes are dynamically generated in real time by AI, based on the script, audience reactions, and even the emotional state of the viewer. We're no longer talking about just replicating scenes. AI could create entirely new performances, tailoring each movie experience to the individual viewer. It's not just about AI filling in the gaps where human talent is missing, it's about AI collaborating with filmmakers to create immersive, interactive storytelling in ways we haven't yet imagined. Picture this: a director gives AI access to the script and asks it to generate an entire scene, and the AI produces not just the dialogue and actions, but the emotional undertones that reflect the context of the plot. The creative possibilities are mind-blowing. But as AI starts to become more involved in filmmaking, we must ask, are we losing the soul of the art form? Does the magic of storytelling come from human connection, or can a machine capture that same spark?
That's a valid concern. AI-driven filmmaking could make production faster and more cost-effective, but it also threatens to disrupt the emotional core of what makes movies so powerful. Stories are an expression of human experiences, our fears, hopes, desires, and dreams. While AI can simulate emotion by analyzing data, it doesn't experience the world in the same way a human does. An AI can learn patterns of behavior, but can it truly grasp the raw emotion behind those behaviors? Can it understand grief, love, or hope in a way that resonates with audiences on a deep, personal level? If AI starts creating movies that feel just as authentic as a human-directed film, does it undermine the artistry behind filmmaking? Or is AI simply another tool in the artist's toolkit, like the camera or CGI, that can help express the human experience in new ways?
This is the central question we need to ask ourselves as AI becomes a more prominent force in Hollywood. Is AI here to enhance or replace human creativity? While deepfakes and AI-driven filmmaking offer exciting new possibilities, they also challenge the very foundation of filmmaking as an art form. Filmmaking has always been a deeply human endeavor, one that reflects our collective consciousness and emotions. But when AI starts writing scripts, creating scenes, and even mimicking actors, does it still feel human? Or does it become more like a product, devoid of the imperfections, the spontaneity, and the emotion that makes films truly powerful? Deepfakes, while incredibly advanced, raise questions about authenticity, authorship, and even ethics in the world of entertainment. The key here will be finding a balance between embracing AI's potential and preserving the essence of human creativity.
It's not just about the technology, it's about the heart of what makes film, and art in general, so powerful. Whether it's deepfake technology or AI-generated performances, these tools can be incredibly transformative, but they also come with risks. AI may be able to create realistic performances, but it can't replace the genuine emotions that human actors bring to the screen. It can replicate movements, expressions, and voice tones, but it doesn't understand the lived experiences behind those expressions. That's what makes human actors and human creators irreplaceable. As we embrace AI in filmmaking, we must remember what truly makes stories resonate with audiences: the connection between people. AI can certainly augment that connection, but it should never replace it.
Let's switch gears and explore one of the most exciting partnerships in the world of AI and entertainment right now: Meta's collaboration with Blumhouse, the legendary film production company. If you're a fan of horror or thrillers, you know Blumhouse Films. They've produced some of the most iconic and successful movies of the past decade, from Paranormal Activity to The Purge. But now, they're taking things a step further by teaming up with Meta to explore how AI can transform storytelling. Instead of just enhancing traditional filmmaking, they're using AI to create a whole new kind of interactive, personalized movie experience. What if the story you're watching changes based on your emotions, your reactions, or even your choices as a viewer? That's the kind of future AI could bring to the table, and it's one we're starting to see unfold in real time.
This partnership is really about pushing the boundaries of what storytelling can be. Meta's AI tools aren't just used to streamline production or manage visual effects. They're being used to fundamentally alter how stories are told. Imagine a movie that doesn't have a fixed plot, but instead evolves with you as you watch it. The AI can learn from your responses, creating different scenarios and altering the storyline to fit your emotional state or preferences. This kind of personalized experience is a far cry from the linear, fixed plots we're used to. It's a new era in interactive storytelling, where the audience plays an active role in shaping the narrative. But this also opens up a big question. How do we preserve the integrity of storytelling when the story itself can change based on who's watching?
That's the challenge here. AI isn't just assisting in the creative process, it's actually driving it. The AI behind this Meta Blumhouse collaboration doesn't just adapt the story to your emotional reactions, it learns about your preferences, your viewing habits, and even how you engage with specific characters. So, for example, if the AI detects that a certain scene scares you, it might add more suspense or change the pacing to enhance that tension. The film becomes a dynamic, living experience that's tailored to the individual viewer. But there's a downside. While this type of personalized experience is incredible, it also means that the movie is no longer a fixed work of art, it's a constantly evolving product. Does this personalized, algorithm-driven storytelling still have the same emotional weight as a traditional movie, where the director has full control over the narrative? And does the audience lose something important when the story is shaped by AI instead of human creativity?
That's the key question we need to explore. On one hand, personalized AI storytelling could completely revolutionize how we experience films. It would be an entirely new level of immersion, where the film adapts to you, the viewer, based on your responses. But on the other hand, there's something deeply human about the way traditional films are made. Filmmakers and writers craft stories with intention. They decide what the audience sees, how the narrative unfolds, and what emotional response they want to evoke. When AI takes over that role, are we still telling stories? Or have we lost something fundamental? This is what makes AI-powered storytelling so fascinating and unsettling at the same time. It's a powerful tool, but it's also one that raises significant questions about authorship, creativity, and the role of the viewer.
And that's where things get really interesting. With AI in the driver's seat, we're no longer just passive consumers of content. We become part of the creative process, influencing the outcome of the story in ways we've never seen before. It's like the difference between watching a play in a theater versus playing a video game. In a play, the story is fixed, you watch the actors perform, and you follow the plot they've crafted. In a video game, you have control over the narrative. You can shape the world, make choices, and impact the story. AI-powered storytelling brings us closer to that interactive experience, but without the need for a video game controller. The lines between traditional entertainment and interactive media start to blur. But with this new level of control comes the question: what happens to the role of the creator when the audience has a hand in shaping the story?
The role of the creator is shifting in this new era of AI-powered storytelling. Filmmakers, writers, and artists are no longer just creating a story for an audience to consume. They're creating a framework, an evolving experience, that the audience helps shape. It's like a collaboration between the creator and the viewer. But with this shift comes a challenge. How do we maintain the integrity of the story when the audience can change its direction? Will we lose the emotional power that comes from a carefully constructed narrative? Or will AI help us discover new, more profound ways to connect with stories? These are the questions we'll need to grapple with as AI becomes an even bigger part of the creative process in film and beyond.
Now, let's shift our focus to another area where AI is making a significant impact: the visual arts. Imagine this: you're scrolling through an online gallery, admiring some stunning digital art. It's detailed, striking, and beautiful, but then you find out it wasn't made by a human at all. Instead, it was generated by an AI. This scenario is becoming more and more common as AI-driven art is gaining traction and recognition in galleries, online platforms, and even at auction houses. But here's the catch: how do we differentiate between human-made art and AI-generated pieces? Google has introduced a new solution to this challenge: their watermarking tool, designed to clearly mark digital artworks created by AI. It's a tool that could change the way we think about digital art, authenticity, and ownership. But it also raises some important questions. What does it mean for the future of art when machines are the creators? And does AI-generated art still hold the same value as a piece created by a human artist?
Google's watermarking tool is an interesting solution to a growing problem. As AI becomes more sophisticated, it's harder to tell whether an artwork was created by a human artist or generated by an algorithm. This technology helps to ensure that AI-created pieces are properly labeled, preventing them from being passed off as something they're not. But while the watermarking tool solves one problem, it also raises a whole new set of questions about what art is and how we value it. For centuries, art has been seen as an expression of human creativity. It's something that comes from the heart, from lived experience, from the artist's unique perspective. But what happens when that creative process is replaced by a machine? Can we still call something art if it wasn't created by a human? And if AI can create stunningly beautiful pieces, what does that mean for traditional artists who have spent years perfecting their craft?
That's the heart of the debate surrounding AI in the visual arts. On one hand, AI-generated art is undeniably impressive. It can create intricate designs, experiment with color, and even develop entirely new artistic styles that human artists may never have considered. And with tools like Google's watermarking system, it's easier than ever to distinguish between human-created and machine-generated works. But on the other hand, it's hard to ignore the ethical and philosophical questions AI-generated art raises. If a machine can generate something beautiful, does it have the same value as something created by a human artist? Can AI understand the cultural and emotional depth that traditional artists infuse into their work? And, perhaps most importantly, who owns the rights to an AI-generated piece of art? Is it the developer who created the algorithm, the person who trained the AI, or the AI itself? These are questions that will likely define the future of art in an AI-driven world.
These questions are already being raised within the art world. As AI continues to generate visually stunning pieces, many traditional artists and art institutions are grappling with how to place value on AI-created works. Some argue that the value of art lies in the artist's intention, the emotions behind the creation, and the human experience that's embedded in each piece. But can AI replicate that intention? Can it understand the lived experiences, the emotions, and the social context that human artists pour into their work? Or is art simply about the final product, the aesthetic and emotional response it evokes in the viewer? If it's the latter, then AI could arguably create art just as valuable as anything made by a human. But if it's the former, we might be facing a future where the essence of art is changed forever.
It's also important to recognize the potential for collaboration between AI and human artists. AI can be a tool that enhances creativity rather than replacing it. Many artists are already using AI to augment their work, exploring new styles, creating digital installations, and even collaborating with AI to produce hybrid pieces that blur the lines between human and machine creation. In this sense, AI is not a threat to the artist, it's an extension of their creative process. Think of AI as a new medium, much like the camera or the computer was in its time. AI opens up a whole new realm of artistic possibilities, but it's still the human artist who is guiding the vision. The real question is, how do we define creativity in a world where humans and machines collaborate to create something new and beautiful?
And that's the key: collaboration. AI doesn't have to replace the artist. It can be used as a tool that expands the possibilities of what an artist can do. It allows them to explore new dimensions, experiment with concepts, and push the boundaries of traditional mediums. The future of AI in art isn't about machines replacing human creativity. It's about creating new opportunities for artists to evolve and create in ways they never could before. But in order for this to happen, we need to have conversations about ownership, value, and authenticity. AI-generated art challenges our traditional notions of what art is, but it also invites us to rethink what it could be. It's an exciting frontier, and one that will undoubtedly shape the future of creativity for years to come.
Let's shift gears now and talk about one of the most transformative effects AI is having on entertainment today: personalized content. If you've ever used a streaming service like Netflix, Spotify, or YouTube, you've experienced AI-driven recommendations. These platforms analyze your viewing or listening habits, learning what you like, and serving you more of the same. It's simple, but incredibly powerful. AI can make suggestions that feel like they were made just for you, creating a more seamless, enjoyable experience. But there's a deeper question we need to ask: how far should we allow AI to go in curating our entertainment? Are we getting the best content, or are we just getting more of what we already know? Is this personalized experience truly enriching, or are we just trapped in a feedback loop of our own preferences?
Personalized content is certainly one of AI's greatest strengths. It tailors the experience to each individual, making it easier to discover content that's likely to match your tastes. Platforms like Spotify's Discover Weekly or Netflix's autoplay features have revolutionized how we interact with entertainment. AI not only learns from what you've already watched, but it also anticipates what you might enjoy next, adjusting the recommendations as you go. It feels almost magical, doesn't it? But the more we rely on AI to curate our entertainment, the more we risk limiting our experiences. By constantly being shown content that aligns with our past behavior, we may miss out on new genres, ideas, or creators that challenge our worldview. It's a comfortable but potentially narrow experience. Are we really expanding our minds if we're only consuming content that fits neatly within our existing preferences?
This is where the real dilemma lies. AI is incredibly efficient at finding content that fits our established tastes, but is that enough? Sure, it's easy and enjoyable to have content served to us that we already know we'll like, but it might also mean that we're never pushed out of our comfort zones. Think about it. How often have you scrolled through endless movie choices on Netflix, only to settle for something similar to what you've watched a dozen times before? AI is great at predicting what we want, but it's not as good at pushing us to try something new or unfamiliar. And that's the problem with over-reliance on AI. We risk becoming stuck in a cycle of self-reinforcement, where we're only exposed to the same ideas, trends, and creators. The more personalized our content becomes, the more we're encouraged to stay within the confines of our own preferences. Is this really a richer, more meaningful experience?
It's an interesting point. AI's ability to provide personalized content has made entertainment more convenient. But at what cost? When we rely on algorithms to curate our experiences, we're outsourcing the decision-making process. We're letting an algorithm decide what we see, hear, and consume based on data and patterns. But does that mean we're losing something important? The element of surprise, of discovery, and even of serendipity? One of the most powerful aspects of art, music, and film is the ability to encounter something unexpected. The joy of stumbling across a new artist or finding a hidden gem in a movie catalog. That's something AI might not fully replicate. AI doesn't have that moment of surprise for us. It only knows what we've already expressed interest in. It's a paradox, isn't it? Personalization feels great in the moment, but it can limit our exposure to the broader, richer world of content.
That's the real issue we're facing, isn't it? AI's ability to personalize content makes entertainment more enjoyable, but it also raises questions about what we're missing out on. AI curates based on patterns, things it knows we like, but it doesn't know us beyond our preferences. It doesn't know what we need to hear or see to expand our understanding of the world. This is particularly concerning when we think about the role of AI in shaping our worldview. With AI-driven recommendations, we may be trapped in an echo chamber, only exposed to content that reaffirms our existing beliefs and tastes. What happens when we're never challenged to confront new ideas, different perspectives, or unfamiliar genres? Are we losing the diversity of experience that makes entertainment so valuable? Now that we've explored the incredible potential of AI in creative fields, we have to ask, what happens when machines begin to take the lead in the creative process? From deepfakes to personalized content, AI is revolutionizing art, music, and filmmaking, but it also raises some tough ethical questions. Can a machine truly create art that resonates with us on an emotional level? Or does true creativity require a human touch? As AI becomes more involved in the creative industries, it challenges long-held assumptions about the nature of creativity, authorship, and originality. Today, we'll dive deep into these ethical crossroads and explore what it means when art is no longer just a product of human imagination.
The question of AI and creativity isn't just about whether machines can make beautiful things. It's about the essence of what art is. For centuries, art has been viewed as an expression of the human experience, our emotions, struggles, triumphs, and dreams. Art is deeply personal. It's about capturing moments that speak to the soul and the shared experience of being human. But when an AI generates a song, a painting, or a script, can we really call that art? Does it hold the same weight, the same emotional depth, if it's created by a machine rather than a person who has lived and felt those emotions? These are questions that AI is forcing us to grapple with. And they're questions that don't have easy answers.
This is where things get tricky. On one hand, AI can generate work that's visually stunning, musically complex, and even narratively compelling. It can study existing art, identify patterns, and create something that mimics what a human might do, but with a level of precision and speed that no human artist could match. In fact, AI-generated works are already being showcased in galleries and sold at auctions, raising questions about the value of art created by non-human hands. But if a machine can replicate the style and form of a human artist, does it really deserve the same recognition? And can we still view AI-generated work as art when it's made by a machine that doesn't experience the world the way humans do? Is there something fundamentally different about the work created by a human being whose emotions and experiences shape their creations versus a machine that simply follows an algorithm?
Art has always been a reflection of the artist's experiences, emotions, and perceptions of the world. The process of creation is as important as the finished product. It's a journey that involves personal struggle, discovery, and expression. But when AI enters the picture, we lose that personal journey. AI doesn't experience life the way humans do. It doesn't feel joy, sadness, love, or loss. It doesn't have a story to tell based on lived experiences. It simply analyzes data and creates based on what it's been programmed to learn. In that sense, AI's work is more about replication than innovation. And while it may produce beautiful things, it lacks the soul, the intentionality, and the raw emotion that human-created art often carries.
But here's the counterpoint. If AI can produce work that moves us, challenges us, or makes us see the world in a new light, does it matter if the creator is human or machine? If we're looking at the impact of art, then AI-generated works can be just as powerful as anything made by a human artist. After all, art isn't just about the process of creation, it's about how it makes the viewer feel. Does the emotional impact of a painting or a song change because we know it was made by an AI rather than a human? And if AI can create art that evokes a deep emotional response, doesn't that make it art, regardless of its origin? This is where things get complicated, because the very definition of art is being challenged by these new possibilities. As we wrap up our exploration of AI and creativity, we can't help but look to the future. If there's one thing that's clear from today's discussion, it's that AI is already shaping the future of art in profound ways. From personalized content to AI-driven filmmaking and digital art, we've seen how technology is pushing the boundaries of creativity. But as we look ahead, it's important to ask, what's next? What does the future hold for AI in the world of art and creativity? Will AI continue to enhance human expression, or will it ultimately replace it? These are the questions we'll be tackling as we explore the potential future of AI and its role in shaping the next era of artistic innovation.
The future of AI and creativity is both exhilarating and uncertain. On one hand, AI holds the potential to open up new frontiers in art, allowing artists to explore new forms, techniques, and mediums that were once unimaginable. Imagine an AI system that can collaborate with an artist in real time, responding to their movements, emotions, or even their subconscious thoughts. We're already seeing glimpses of this in interactive installations and performances, where the boundaries between the artist and the audience begin to blur. AI can act as a partner, helping artists realize their visions faster and more efficiently, all while pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But on the other hand, there's a concern that as AI becomes more capable, it could lead to a future where human artists are no longer necessary. Could AI eventually replace the artist, creating works that are indistinguishable from those made by humans? And if that happens, what does it mean for the value of human creativity?
That's the heart of the issue, isn't it? As AI continues to improve, it's becoming harder to draw the line between what's made by humans and what's made by machines. AI can replicate styles, generate new art forms, and even learn from the data it's given, creating pieces that feel deeply personal and evocative. But while AI can mimic the output of human creativity, can it replicate the intent and meaning behind the work? Art isn't just about producing something beautiful or impressive, it's about conveying emotion, telling a story, and connecting with people on a deep, emotional level. AI can create art that looks beautiful, but can it create art that truly resonates with the soul? And if it can't, does that mean AI art is less valuable, or does it open up new ways to experience art altogether?
And that's the question we'll have to answer as we move into this AI-driven future. If AI can create art that's just as visually striking, emotionally compelling, and meaningful as anything a human can create, do we still value it differently? Is the process of creation, the artist's intent, what gives art its value, or is it the emotional impact and connection it creates? If an AI can create work that moves us, challenges us, or inspires us, does it matter that it wasn't made by a human hand? This is the central question for the future of AI and creativity. How do we redefine the value of art in a world where machines can be co-creators? And how do we ensure that AI remains a tool for human creativity rather than a replacement for it?
As we think about the future of AI in the arts, it's clear that it won't be a matter of replacing human creativity, it's about collaboration. AI has the potential to be a powerful partner for artists, helping them explore new possibilities and express their ideas in ways they never could before. It's not about AI taking over the creative process, it's about AI enhancing the artist's ability to push boundaries, experiment, and create in new, innovative ways. The future of AI in art won't be about machines creating art without humans, it will be about a new form of collaboration where the artist and the machine work together to create something unique. But for this to happen, we'll need to think carefully about the ethical implications, ownership, and the definition of creativity itself.
The future of AI in art is all about partnership, where AI serves as a tool to expand the artist's creative possibilities, but it's still the artist who guides the vision. AI can help artists explore new territories, generate new ideas, and experiment with styles and forms that challenge their own thinking. But the human element will always be at the heart of creativity. The real question is how we define that human element in an AI-driven world. How do we preserve the essence of what makes art so powerful? The emotional resonance, the rawness of the human experience, when machines can do so much of the heavy lifting. In the end, it's not just about what AI can create. It's about what we as humans want to create and how we want to connect with the world around us.
Well, here we are at the end of this journey through AI and creativity. From deepfakes to AI-powered storytelling and personalized content, we've seen how artificial intelligence is transforming the world of art, entertainment, and beyond. The possibilities are vast, but so are the ethical and philosophical questions that come with them. Can machines truly create art? And if they can, does it hold the same value as human-made work? As AI continues to play a larger role in creative fields, we'll need to think carefully about the balance between technological advancement and the preservation of human creativity. But one thing's for sure, the future of art and creativity is being shaped by AI, and we're just at the beginning of this exciting journey. The real challenge will be finding the right way to collaborate with AI, ensuring that we use it as a tool to enhance human expression, not replace it.
Exactly. The future of creativity in an AI-driven world is full of potential, but it also requires us to rethink some of our most basic assumptions about art, authorship, and what it means to be creative. AI is a tool, but it's also a collaborator, and the way we engage with it will shape the future of the creative industries. AI can help us break boundaries, explore new possibilities, and push our own creative limits. But as we've seen today, it's not just about creating faster or more efficiently. It's about preserving the soul of creativity. AI should enhance our ability to express the human experience, not replace it. As we move forward, we need to ensure that the value of art, whether created by humans or machines, remains rooted in the emotional connection it fosters with its audience.
It's clear that AI is already having a profound impact on the world of creativity, but what happens next will be determined by how we navigate this crossroads. We can't deny the power of AI to create amazing works, but we also need to ensure that human expression and creativity remain at the forefront. In the end, it's not just about the technology, it's about how we use it, how we adapt to it, and how we integrate it into our lives. The future of art may be uncertain, but one thing is certain: AI is going to be a big part of that future. The challenge is to find a way for AI and humans to work together to create something truly remarkable.
So, as we wrap up today's episode, let's leave you with this thought. The relationship between AI and creativity isn't a one-way street. It's a partnership, one that can help us expand the limits of what's possible in art, music, film, and beyond. But as we venture into this new frontier, we need to ask ourselves how much we're willing to let AI shape our world. Are we ready for a future where machines play a central role in creativity? Or do we need to ensure that the human touch remains at the heart of artistic expression? The future of creativity is a conversation we're all a part of, and it's a conversation that will continue to evolve in the years to come.
The views and information shared in today's episode are based on our research and insights at the time of recording. While we strive for accuracy, always do your own research and consult professionals for tailored advice. Technologies and policies change quickly, so staying informed is key. A special note about the music in today's episode: the intro and outro music, Night Runner by Audionautics, is licensed under the YouTube Audio Library license. Additional tracks used are licensed under Creative Commons. Full details can be found in the episode description. Copyright 2024 Finance Frontier AI. All rights reserved. Reproduction, distribution, or transmission of this episode's content without written permission is strictly prohibited. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.